Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
We have an update to a story we first brought you last weekend. The person of interest in a Pine Ridge homicide is behind bars in Rapid City.
The Ogallala Sioux Tribe Department of Public Safety says the FBI captured Trent Brewer in North Rapid City last night. Authorities say the homicide happened early in the morning of April 1st. Investigators are searching for information on a Sioux Falls assault that left a man with life-threatening injuries.
Tuesday night, authorities found a 49-year-old victim in the central part of the city. He was unconscious but breathing. He appears to have suffered a serious brain injury.
We really don't know what happened at this point, where the detectives are still tracking down people, doing interviews, trying to figure out maybe what led up to that, what happened with the assault. But at this point, we know that the man was assaulted, has got the life-threatening injuries. Outside of that, we're still trying to figure out what took place.
Police checked in on the victim Thursday morning, and his condition had not improved. If you have any information that could help with the investigation, contact police or Crime Stoppers. A former Sioux Falls police officer is facing the possibility of a decade in prison after pleading guilty to 2 counts of child porn possession and distribution. 24-year-old Matthew Jock was indicted on 5 counts of distributing child pornography in 2022 by a Lincoln County grand jury.
Court documents say Jock looked at sexual videos involving children and shared them on Kick Messenger. The Lincoln County State's Attorney's Office is asking that Jock be sentenced to 15 years in prison with 5 years suspended. Sentencing is expected to take place in September. Documents detailing an investigation into T. Denny Sanford will be made public. That's the ruling from the South Dakota Supreme Court that came down yesterday. The ruling comes less than 3 weeks after justices heard oral arguments in that case.
The Minnehaha County Clerk of Court's office tells KELOLAND News if there is no petition for a rehearing, the documents could be released later this month. We also reached out to Sanford's lawyer to see if he plans to request a rehearing or appeal the decision to the U.S. Supreme Court. They say there's no comment at this time. You can see the full 15-page decision attached to this story on KELOLAND.com. Project Car is down a vehicle after one of their cars was stolen out of a parking lot late last Friday. A hooded individual can be seen breaking into the car before driving away.
The car was recovered a few days later with damage to the tires, interior, and exterior. The car thief has not been caught yet. Project Car says they expect the car to be up and running again by next week.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens, enjoying some warmer temperatures into the weekend, Brian.
Yes, indeed. That's the big weather story, the warm-up that is beginning. And certainly today, we're going to see more of that. We'll begin with that. 60, we'll go for that number in Sioux Falls. Easily today will be the warmest day of the calendar year so far. That's not hard to do, but at any rate, we're not as warm in the Northeast. 34 today in Aberdeen and also Watertown, 50 in Huron, and then we've got 40 in the forecast for Pierre, 50 degrees Rapid City. That's a quick look at the numbers to start the forecast. We'll get to some warmer numbers for early next week coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Brian. Well, Sioux Falls will soon be home to another private golf club. The Mapleton Golf Club will be built in Mapleton Township, which is just north of Sioux Falls. It will include a driving range, practice facilities, and a clubhouse.
The organization building the golf course says it will not be a traditional country club that offers amenities such as swimming pools, tennis courts, and large banquet facility. Instead, it'll focus on its championship golf course, fine dining, and lodging. The Mapleton Golf Club is expected to open in 2025. 41st Street near Interstate 29 is once again filled with cones, funneling drivers down to 2 lanes.
It's a busy area that gets even more congested during rush hour. Near 41st Street, Gateway Lounge has been affected by the construction since the project began a year ago.
Rush hour, man, it's crazy here. So if you know a back road, I would definitely suggest you take that during the rush hour. But other than rush hour, it's not too bad. I mean, you wait for the stop lights, you go single file, but it's just going to take time to get used to. And I think once everybody gets used to it, it's not going to be that big of a deal.
Construction for the Diverging Diamond project is expected to wrap up next year. Well, you can help homeless animals at a fundraiser next weekend. The Sioux Falls Area Humane Society is holding its annual Pause to Celebrate event on April 15th.
The evening will include live and silent auctions, games, and a meal. The money raised is a big help for the shelter.
It allows us to keep our adoption rates low, as well as keep being able to provide adequate care for the animals that we have at the shelter, whether it's daily food and toys or spay and neuters, microchips, things like that.
Tickets are now available. You can buy them on the shelter's website.
In sports, competition breeds champions, but it also teaches young athletes humility and sportsmanship. They've been on display all week in the town of Centerville, South Dakota. That's where students are holding a fundraiser for Kobe Sherman of Viborg.
It's called Caps for Kobe. Students can pay $5 a day to wear a cap of their choice to class. Kobe recently found out he has cancer in one of his legs. Brennan Topple used to play with Kobe in Viborg. Now he competes against him.
He's a really good kid. He's a leader. He loves to participate in stuff, get better at everything. I mean, he loves everybody around him, cares for people, so we just want to show that we can help him out.
So far, they've raised almost $5,000. There's also a GoFundMe set up if you'd like to donate. We've attached a link with this story on KELOLAND.com.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, starting off chilly this morning, plenty cold in the northeast, but warming up. We've got to start somewhere. We're going to build on what we had yesterday, which was about 51 in Sioux Falls. I think we'll do better than that this afternoon in the Sioux Falls area, closer to 60, very close. It'll be into the 60s in Yankton and Sioux City. To the north, those 30s will be likely from Sisseton to Watertown. Here, you're kind of in between. You're in the probably low 40s as we'll be melting snow, and then 50 over in Rapid City. Overnight tonight, we'll likely cool back into the upper teens, low 20s in the north. Sioux Falls starts the day, I think, actually pretty mild, probably in the 30s, and then we'll go from there into the 60s tomorrow. Look at that, Saturday afternoon. Not bad at all, is it, to see those 60s and that south wind. Now, it will be a little stronger. I'll give you that for Sioux Falls area, 15 to 30. But it's all part of the process, isn't it, of bringing in spring-like weather. Even the northeast, you'll be close to 40 in Aberdeen. Now, on the pattern maps, we start off with high pressure, so everything's pretty dry in the beginning. There is a little trough feature that sneaks in here Easter morning. And if you look at Futurecast, you can see there are some shower chances. It's not much. It's probably worth a mention of maybe some scattered rain that might develop in northeast Nebraska into southeast South Dakota. Again, that could shift around on the timing a little bit, so we'll play with that in our day forecast update today. But if it does rain a little bit on Sunday, it should be moving off to the east here by Sunday evening. And then, by the way, the temperature not affected a bunch by that. I think Monday and Tuesday looking good. 70s are back for Sioux Falls, and it's been a long time. You know that. Many, many months since we've had anything close to 70. And then, well, we'll go for some 80s in parts of the region by Tuesday and Wednesday. Jury's still out on how many of those could pop up, but they'll be around as this pattern is very warm, and it's coming off some dry soils to our south. So I think it merits watching on that. 60 again, our high today, Sioux Falls, 56 in Mitchell. As we go through your 7-day forecasts, well, think of a lot of things you can do now that the weather is warming up. Get some fresh air. Make sure that you're, taking advantage of this after such a long stretch of winter weather for such a long time. I do think by the end of the forecast, there probably is some rain coming by the end of next week. That'll probably be in the form of scattered showers and thunderstorms, but we'll wait for that. I think it's a dry section of time for Aberdeen. We'll be melting. We're in the upper 40s by Monday, and then probably in the upper 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. And those days, that's when things are really going to start to jar loose, and there'll be some local runoff issues. I know we'll have some flooding. It's just a matter of how much, so stay tuned for that. We'll keep you posted. I do think Pierre will jump quickly by Tuesday, back in the 70s. And likewise, Rapid City should be in the 70s by Tuesday. We'll see how long that lasts. There's still some debate on that trough that comes in next week and how fast that arrives. Check out more details online at KELOLAND.com.